Hi there. Welcome to Apple World. You all not Jaden uncovers his mother for being a liar. Jada Pink Smith has been on a mission in recent days, discussing her relationship with Tupac, the amount he cherishes her, and how he proposed to her, yet it just so happens she could not have been totally honest about this since her child Jaeden all just emerged to uncover her for making up that entire tale about the proposition. Jaeden essentially uncovered Jada's lies about Tupac, and you all will have a hard time believing the insane things that Jada was covering about, okay? So you all have expertise. J. Pinkett Smith has been getting hauled by the web these recent days for treating Will gravely and being fixated on Tupac. Well, it just so happens the web isn't the main spot where she's getting hauled on the grounds that she is likewise getting a ton of smoke from her family, including her own children, particularly Jaeden. It's sort of wild to believe that even her own children feel that she's off base, and I feel that this enlightens us a ton concerning what we want to be familiar with the entire circumstance now. Jaeden has forever been something of a renegade and a non-traditionalist, and yet obviously he thinks often about his mother profoundly. I mean, he requested to be liberated from his folks when he was just 15, or on the other hand 16 yet. He additionally has shown help for his mother and father, for instance, after Will slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars last year. Jaeden tweeted on the side of his dad saying, "And that is the way we make it happen," so on the off chance that Jaeden is currently not supporting his mother, then you all realize it must be something significant. Continuing great, it would seem, in addition to the fact that Jaeden weary of is the way Jada has been humiliating Will in the media with her tales about Tupac. However, a portion of the things that she has been saying aren't not even obvious as per Jaeden. At first, Jaeden was ready to choose to disregard and simply overlook it. Yet he presently thinks that Jada has gone excessively far on the grounds that it seems as though she is hell-bent on embarrassing Will no matter what except for you. Realize what's truly wild, as indicated by Jaeden, never truly stayed quiet about her affection for Tupac from her children, since she used to discuss how Tupac was the absolute best man she at any point knew. Jaeden additionally conceded to having a few snapshots of uncertainty, contemplating whether Jade even had space in her heart for Well, I mean, she'd continue endlessly about Tupac, like he was the unrivaled love of her life. Will had a enormous shoes to fill, basically pursuing the Phantom, and Jada clarified that her association with Tupac was on an entire another level. This most likely makes sense of why Willow composed a letter to Tupac when she was only 11, beseeching him to return and satisfy Jada. She composed, "Get Tupac, I realize you are alive in some spot. I feel that my mom truly misses you. Might you at any point, if it's not too much trouble, return? Could you at any point come back so mama and me can be cheerful? I wish you were here. I truly love Willow." So about a year prior, this letter surfaced, and it caused a commotion since Willow some way or another realized that Tupac could make Jay more joyful than Will could possibly do. However, here's the kicker: Tupac has been gone and dead for quite a long time before Willow, and indeed, even Jaeden came into this world, so the main way that they might have had some significant awareness of this Tupac enchantment love was assuming information had been continuing forever about it herself. So when that letter originally hit the scene, we as a whole suspected it was strange. Most definitely. However, quick forward to right now, and things have viewed in a serious way untidy turn. What used to be strange is presently tremendously ill-bred, and it's a truly hopeless train wreck. And truly, Will's getting disregarded here. Jada has consistently felt the sort of way about Will, yet her new admissions about her Tupac association have fans interfacing every one of the dabs it's turning out. To be clear, for what reason Will may be the casualty in this entire show. Even her own children can't carry themselves to openly or secretly support her any longer, and that is the means by which you realize what is going on is awful now. Once upon a time when Tupac was still around, they resembled teepees in the pot. The two of them went to Baltimore School for Human Expression and wound up in the very class that is where their companionship took off, and they were for all intents and purposes tuck at the hip. Yet even as they advanced toward Hollywood and found acclaim, they stayed tight as at any point. Yet here is where it gets delicious. Presently, individuals really wanted to conjecture about the idea of their bond. A few people felt that there may be a few in the background hanky-panky continuing, assuming you get my float. However, Jaeden and Tupac swore that they were simply companions and there was no tomfoolery happening, except for relatively few individuals truly purchased that story. particularly with what we know presently. Now quick forward, a tad and Jada began dating. Will Smith, things got hot and weighty among them, and Will was truly into Jada. However, there was one difficulty among them, and that was Will's desire. He was unable to shake off the uncertainty about Jada's companionship with Tupac. Tupac was, without a doubt, perhaps of the greatest rapper in those days. He was really close with Jada, and I get why it would cause Will to feel a kind of way, as a matter of fact. Even after Tupac passed, Jada kept his memory so near her heart that Will, in any case, felt desirous over their companionship, despite the fact that Tupac was in a real sense preceded to Will, didn't attempt to conceal this reality, since he talked about it straightforwardly in interviews. You ever envious of the adoration Jay had for Tupac? Oh goodness, no doubt, except for she simply cherished him like he was the picture of perfection. Yet she was with the new ruler, you know. So it resembled, I never could like. Even we were in a room multiple times, I was unable to address him. You know now, at first we as a whole felt that it was bizarre that he was unable to force himself to move past a companionship that finished quite a while back. However, as per Jaeden, there's more going on, it just so happens. Will's waiting sentiments about Tupac were powered by, as a matter of fact, Jada herself. Jaeden let the cat out of the bag that Jada pushed the Tupac point along on in family discussions, discussing the amount he intended to her, yet she seldom gave Will a similar degree of friendship. Despite the fact that they set up a unified front when the cameras were moving, Jaeden uncovered that Will frequently felt weakened by Jay's Tupac fixation, and truly not simply him notice this, since fans have gotten on it excessively in later years. Jada barely at any point discusses Will in a positive light, and she's been give off energies like she's not all that keen on being hitched to him any longer. She doesn't act well, I attempt to conceal it, you all, since there was a period time when she transparently conceded that she would have rather not hitched Will. The main explanation that they got hitched in any case was on the grounds that she had Jaeden on the way and driven Jada till it her mother drove them into marriage. I truly didn't have any desire to get hitched. However, we just got hitched in light of the fact that Unpleasant was crying. I was under such a lot of tension. You know, being a youthful entertainer. Being youthful, and I was very much like pregnant. I was very much as I didn't have the foggiest idea what to do. However, I just realized I was like, I never needed to be hitched. Then there's additionally the time that will endure 3 years arranging her 40th birthday celebration party. Since she was running against the wind and he was making a respectable attempt to encourage her by arranging this extraordinary party to lift her out of this burdensome rut. However, Jada didn't view it as such, and called Will out for attempting to parade his inner self day after her 37th birthday celebration. I employed a group to organize her 40th birthday celebration. I had recruited a narrative group. I followed Mama's family. Roots was going to be what lifted her out of this emotional meltdown, and she said it would have been my most profound and gorgeous decree of affection. And she's let me know that the party was the most ludicrous presentation of my self-image. Additionally, when she emerged and basically said that it wouldn't fulfill her in the room, let me know what you really want, let me know what you need. And on top of that, I realized that I must be responsible to do likewise and do you. I sincerely attempted to be reasonable for her, and she conceded that she expected to convey her requirements, saying, simply because I have time today, quit standing out as truly newsworthy. Watch the red table talk I did with Gubba Palro for yourselves. Won't, and I ever had an issue in the room, thank you, yet might we at any point if it's not too much trouble. Likewise, discuss the way that she makes recordings of him where she affronts him when he is obviously awkward and afterward posts. In online, would you say she has been instrumental in you and I reclassifying our relationship? I would agree. Don't simply begin shooting me without inquiring as to whether you might F me at some point. Gays, come assist us with again satisfying. I'm actually managing stupidity. Don't. No, she better believe it, because she doesn't only cause fans to feel like this marriage was a disgrace, yet it just so happens things were more regrettable in the background. Jaeden claims that Jada involved Tupac as a weapon to cause Will to feel little and desirous on the road during their warring contentions. Jay would whip out the Tupac card, discussing how Tupac couldn't have ever pulled this or how he would have done either for her.